Reality is something inward, not outward. It mirrors the state of a person's being. The world merely reflects the purity one holds within. Money does not exist somewhere outside, waiting to be obtained. It is a state of consciousness that must be embodied. One should not chase money, but rather attune to its frequency by embracing the feeling of already possessing it. The outer world is nothing but a projection of the inner world, shaped by faith, emotions, and assumptions. Every experience is born from the inner conviction that it already exists. To embody the vibration of money is to accept without doubt that wealth is a natural state of being. This is not about hope or desire, but about knowledge and existence. When the mind is fully convinced of its own wealth, money flows effortlessly into experience. It happens not through struggle or force, but through natural alignment. The invisible realm of consciousness determines everything visible and experienced. There is no need to seek money as something separate. One must realize that all abundance already resides within. When you declare, "I am wealthy," the unseen begins to shape the seen. The feeling of wealth must be experienced as real before it becomes visible. If one seeks external confirmation, they remain bound to the illusion of lack. Money is energy, and one must align with its purity to experience abundance. Purity is defined by thought, emotion, and belief. The mind must accept wealth as natural, effortless, and ever-present. Each time you affirm, "I am in the frequency of money," you program your mind to reflect abundance. This is not meaningless repetition, but a deep awareness of truth. The world obeys inner convictions. It does not resist, but simply mirrors them. When one truly feels wealthy, the world responds accordingly. Every assumption shapes the structure of reality. If one assumes wealth is difficult to attain, the world will confirm it. If one assumes that money flows easily, so it shall be. The universe does not judge, it merely reflects. To change financial reality, one must change the inner state. Cause and effect are one and the same. The feeling of wealth must dominate before it manifests externally. You need not wait for proof to believe. Faith itself is the evidence. Reality always conforms to assumption. When the inner state changes, the outer world follows. The invisible always precedes the visible. There is no need to analyze how money will come. Faith in its presence is enough. The subconscious accepts whatever is impressed upon it, and the external world obeys. When one affirms, "I am in the purity of money," they bypass limitation and tune into abundance. The mind is the only restriction. When the mind changes, the world changes. Manifestation involves no struggle. Struggle only mirrors inner resistance. Money flows where there is no resistance, where faith in its presence is unshakable. The idea of effort in attracting money is an illusion. Money does not come from labor, but from alignment. Work is merely the channel through which the assumed wealth materializes. It is not the source. Wealth is never to be pursued. It is to be embodied. The mind must accept the presence of money as an already accomplished fact. Feeling is the secret of alignment. Without the feeling of wealth, it cannot be experienced. Money is drawn to confidence, to the conviction that it already belongs to the one who affirms it. There is no lack except belief in lack, no delay except the assumption of delay. Reality instantly forms around the dominant state of being. If you assume that money is always present, it will always be near. No force is required, only unwavering certainty in the naturalness of wealth. The mind instinctively seeks confirmation of what it accepts as true. If you assume poverty, circumstances will arise to confirm it. If you assume wealth, its evidence will appear everywhere. The world is not random. It is perfectly organized according to belief. First, the inner determines the outer. Your inner reality, your thoughts, feelings, and convictions creates your external world. Money is not an external goal, but a reflection of your inner state. Second, money as purity of consciousness. To be in the purity of money is to live with the awareness that abundance already exists within you. This is a state of being, not a goal to achieve. Third, release the search for approval. Striving for money strengthens the sense of its absence. Instead, accept financial security as a fact, feel it inwardly, and outer circumstances will align. Fourth, the subconscious cannot distinguish between real and imagined. It accepts what you deeply believe and manifests it in your life. Thus, it is essential to sustain the thought and feeling of abundance. Fifth, the mind, the architect of reality. Thoughts create habitual ways of perceiving the world. If you believe wealth is distant, it will remain so. If you accept it as a given, it will appear in your experience. Sixth, there is no need to become wealthy. You already are. The realization, I am the source of all, transforms every aspect of life. Seventh, money follows the inner state. When you tune into the frequency of money, it comes effortlessly. It is not about striving, but about alignment. Eighth, the world is the mirror of your convictions. What you expect and believe is reflected in your experience. The world does not happen to you. It happens through you. Ninth, money is the expansion of consciousness, not an external object. The only barrier to its flow is the belief in its separation from you. In a single phrase, change your inner state, and the outer world will change accordingly. Be the one who already possesses wealth, and the world will respond to that being. The illusion of lack dissolves when abundance is accepted as fact. The outer world does not dictate what is possible. Inner conviction does. Money is purity, a state of consciousness, not an object of struggle or desire. When you feel yourself already rich, money comes naturally and easily. The subconscious responds not to effort, but to deep faith and conviction. If you are certain that money flows freely to you, it will. Contradictions within, fear and doubt, create resistance and block the flow. For wealth to manifest, you must fully accept yourself as already possessing it. To live from the future where wealth is already yours is to think differently, act differently, and radiate a new energy. The world reflects your inner state. There are no half measures. You are either in the purity of money or not. Complete certainty is the key to opening the gates of abundance. The external world always mirrors inner assumptions and beliefs. By transforming the inner state, the outer experience transforms. Wealth begins with the assumption that it already exists. One must fully accept it as fact without waiting for external proof. Consciousness is always creating. The only question is what it creates, abundance or lack. Thoughts and feelings of wealth attract wealth. Thoughts of poverty attract poverty. You cannot believe in both abundance and scarcity at once. Such contradiction blocks the flow. Constantly returning to the state of confidence and abundance is the key to sustainable manifestation. Money is energy that responds to the purity of your consciousness. The more you dwell in the vibration of financial freedom, the more easily money comes. Manifestation is not magic, but the natural response of the universe to your inner state. Delays arise only from doubt and inner conflict. I am is the powerful declaration that shapes your reality. What you proclaim yourself to be, you become. Dear friends, please support our channel by subscribing and liking. Share in the comments which Neville Goddard teaching you will apply in your life today. And be sure to return to our channel for more valuable insights. Thank you for watching.